Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then we'll go down low and touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy-toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes once more. And then let's have a shake, guys. Shake it out. Arms and legs. And then hands on hips. We can have a wiggle side to side. Stop. Another wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And then we can go round and round. Give our spines a nice stretch. Round and round. And stop. And then we go back the other way. Round and round the other way. Round and round. And stop. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So in math class recently, we've been doing a lot of work about geometry. So first of all, let's write the word geometry on the board, guys. G-E-O-M-E-T-R-Y. All together, geometry. Yes. Now who can remember, in our previous few math lessons, what type of geometry have we been learning about? Line rays. Excellent. We learned how to create and label our own line rays. And line rays is spelled L-I-N-E-R-A-Y-S. So all together, geometry, line rays. Yes. And remember, to create a line ray, the first thing we need is a line. And what a line ray is a combination of points and arrows. So remember, we will always have our end point, and then we need an arrow. An arrow tells us the direction in which the arrow and the line is traveling. For example, like this. And then after the arrow, we will have our next point. Now, who can think, what do our points need if we're going to label them? They need names or references. So what could this point be? A. This can be point A. Could this be point A? B. We can't have 2 point A's, 1 point A and 1 point B. So then, when we come to label our line ray, we can call it R, A, Y, A, B. And then the symbol for the line ray is the line with the arrow. Now remember, the arrow always goes over the letter that it's closest to. So here we can see the arrow closest to the letter B. So when we do our label, it will be A, B with the arrow above the letter B. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give my students a marker and give them an opportunity to come forward and show their understanding of creating their own line rays. So let's see who can go first. I know, Pak Bung can go first today. So Pak Bung, come and join me at the front of class, please. And the first thing Pak Bung will need to do is to draw a line. So Pak Bung, any type of line you want. A horizontal line. Okay, so next we need our end point. And what does a line ray also need? As well as an end point, it needs arrows. So remember your arrow here, yes, okay. Now, Pak Bung, can you think of 2 individual references to label your line ray? How about this point? P, okay. And then, how about this one here? PL, fine. As long as the references aren't the same, we can use any letters we want. So now, what is Pak Bung's ray called? Ray PL. So we can put ray PL here. R-A-Y P-L. And then the line with the arrow. Now, Pak Bung has done excellently. You see how the arrow is nearest the letter L. So when it comes to the symbol, the arrow has to be above the letter L. So all together, guys, line ray PL. Pak Bung, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. Now let's do one more together. This time we'll try a different type of line and another student to give it some more references. And now we'll ask Pak Bung, Lak Gao. Lak Gao, come and join me at the front, please. So far we've had our diagonal line, we've had our horizontal line. Now I'll ask for another type of line from Lak Gao. And Lak Gao has given us a vertical line. And now, Lak Gao, can you convert this line into a line ray? So the first thing we'll have is an end point. And then at the other end comes the arrow. Perfect. You see, it's not that hard. We just need to remember where to put the end point and where to put the arrows. But now Lak Gao needs to label her line ray. So what references will you use? O, J. So Lak Gao's line ray is called ray O, J. So now, can you show us how we label it, please, Lak Gao? So it will be ray R-A-Y O, J. And then the arrow above the letter J. Notice how we cannot call it ray J-O. That's wrong, because the arrow is nearest the J. The J has to always be the second letter. So it can only be ray O-J. Lak Gao, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Lak Gao, please, guys. So that was a recap of our previous few lessons when we were learning about line rays. Now we're going to learn about a different type of geometry called planes. Yes, now when I say planes, you might think of big machines that fly in the sky. I don't mean aeroplanes, we mean the types of planes that we use in geography, which are 4 lines traveling in different directions that make up one area. So what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking to learn more about planes that we use in geometry. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about geometry planes. Yes, not to be confused with the machines that fly in the sky. When we talk about planes in geometry, we're talking about figures like you see on the screen. A plane is 4 different lines connected. So that means it can either be a square, a rectangle, or a diamond. And notice how within the plane there are various points. It's the points we need that give the planes the name. So let's take a closer look, guys. A plane is a flat surface that goes on forever at all of its 4 sides. Yes. So have a look at the image on our screen now, guys. And the image in red is the plane. Here you can see the 4 lines connected to create a rectangle. But look at the blue arrows. See the blue arrows that are traveling outwards of the plane. This signifies that the plane carries on in all directions forever. The plane has no ending. It goes on forever. A plane is 2-dimensional. And it has no thickness. Yes. You see here we have 2D. 2D stands for 2-dimensional. And the 2 dimensions we have are height and width. So height is 1 dimension, width is the 2nd dimension. No 3rd dimension, no thickness. A plane is named with any 3 points that are not on the same line. Okay? Very important. Remember, the points cannot be on the same line. If the points are straight, we can't use them to name the plane. For example, points A, G, and C are on the same line. We can see them here. A, G, C. The plane cannot be named AGC. Remember, if the points are in a straight line, we can't use them to name the points. Okay? Very important. So, points A, E, and C are not on the same line. The plane can be named AEC. Because let's have a look. Point A is here. Point E is here. Point C is here. They're not straight. Okay? And because they're not on the straight line, we can use these 3 points to name the plane. So plane AEC, we can. Plane AGC, we can't. What 3 points can be used to name this plane? A, B, C. You see, there's only 3 points to choose from. And notice how A, B, C are not on the same line. You see, it's not straight. We have to go up from A to B and down from B to C. So because they're not on a straight line, we can use them to name the plane. This plane can be named using the points A, B, and C. So it will be called plane ABC. Well done, guys. Now, put your thinking caps on. Let's see if you can tell me what 3 points can be used to name this plane. Okay, now remember, we can't use the points in a straight line. We can't call it plane U, B, H because they're in a straight line. Can anybody think of 3 points we can use? Say it again. Lackow, brilliant. You see, we can use U, but then we go down to E and then back up to H. We can use these 3 points because they're not in a straight line. This plane can be named using the points E, U, and H. Plane E, U, H. You see? E, U, H is fine. Or U, E, H. As long as they're not on a straight line, we can use them to name the plane. Let's do one more together. What 3 points can be used to name this plane? So remember, 3 points that aren't straight. Now, well done, Pak Bung, for mentioning S. Is S inside the plane? No. They have to be points inside the plane. So we can use E. Can we use ELA? E, L, N. Because then the line isn't straight. This plane can be named using the points L, A, and N. Plane L, A, N. You see, L here, go down to A, and then go across and up to N. Or we could use E. We could go E, L, N. We could go L, A, N. But we couldn't go E, L, A, because then the line is straight. And we can't have a straight line in a plane. So remember that one fact, guys, okay? To create a plane name, the lines can't be straight inside. Any questions? That was excellent. Well done, guys. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation about planes in geometry and how to create the names of planes by combining 3 points that are not in a straight line. So remember, a plane is a line of 4 connected like a square or rectangle. And inside, the points must be connected in a line that is not straight. And coming up, we've got a board exercise for our students to learn more. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll begin with some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent. And now we'll do some stretches. So let's do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And then we'll do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Now let's have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. And then we'll take our right hand and find our left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Well done. So what we've got now is a board exercise for our students to understand and learn more about the named planes depending on the various points contained inside. But first of all, I will do a demonstration so that our students can learn further. So first of all, guys, who can remember how many lines does a plane consist of? How many sides? 4. Remember? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, a plane carries on in all directions. So what we need now inside our plane are some points. So how many points do we have inside our plane? Correct. We have 4 points and they are labelled A, B, C, D. Now can our plane be called plane A, B, C? No, because that would create a straight line. So we can't use them points to name our plane. But can somebody tell me 3 others that we can use? A, B, D. A to B, we go down, and then B to D goes across. Is that a straight line? No. So we can say plane A, B, D. And that is how we name our planes depending on the points involved. So what we're going to do now, teachers, is we're going to draw some planes with various points on the board and then have our students come forward and demonstrate their understanding by naming the planes with points that are not in a straight line. But first of all, I need to clean the board. So let's see our plane again. This one can look 1, 2, 3, 4. How many points shall we have inside? 4 again, okay. And our points this time are points S, T, U, V. So now I'm going to invite a student to come forward and connect 3 of the points in a non-straight line and then give that plane its name. So here we go with Pangpon. So Pangpon, come and join me at the front. So we have 4 points to choose from. We've got points S, T, U, and V. So we need to combine 3 of the points to create a non-straight line. What points can you choose, Pangpon? Okay, so we can go from S to T, certainly. But can we go from T to U? Could we carry on and go from T to U? No, because that's a straight line. How about T to V? No. Yes, we can. Okay, we can. Because you see, if we start here with S to T and then to V, is that line straight? No. So that means it can be used to name our plane. So our plane will be Okay, so Bang Pon, can you write underneath plain STV? Yes, so plain PLANE. And then your 3 points STV. STV. Excellent. So all together, guys, plain STV. You see now, using the points inside, we've created our plain name. Bang Pon, very well done. High five and a big round of applause for Bang Pon, please, guys. Teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and play on with your own students for the next 10 minutes or so. And remember to choose a different student each time to create the dots to give their plain name. And then have the entire class practice speaking together. And we're going to carry on playing here too. But first of all, I need to do another plane. Okay, so let's see this plane can look like this. Now this time we're going to have more points. 5 points, okay. What shall our points be called? How about this time we give our points numbers? How about, instead of letters all the time, we can have point 1. Okay, because we don't have to use letters for references, we can use points too, that give numbers. But who's going to give this number and plain its name? Let's see, who can go next? Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. So remember, even though we've got 5 points, we only need 3. Now Nadia, what points are you going to join that are not a straight line? So 2 to 3, okay. And then 3 to 4. Is that a straight line? Not a straight line. Perfect, Nadia. So our plane now is called 2, 3, 4. So Nadia, can you give the name of our plane? PLANE. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So you see, Nadia has correctly chosen 3 of the points that do not create a straight line. If we were to use 1, 2, 3, no, we can't. Because 1, 2, and 3 is a straight line. So 2, 3, and 4 is perfect. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. Let's do another one. Okay, so there's our plane, and as we know, the arrows show the direction the plane is traveling. This time, how many points? 8. Wow, we're having 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we only need 3, but we've got 8. But now we need to label our points. What can we call them? Numbers or letters? Let's see. Okay, so we've got P for Bang Pon. We've got L for Latgao. We've got T for Chew. We've got N for Nadia. We've got A for Pat, because we already have P, so PA. B for Pak Bung. And because we've already got N for Nadia, for net, we will have E. And how about W for teacher? Okay, so now all our points have individual references. We need to use 3 of them to create a non-straight line. Who can do it for us? Let's see. I know, Pat can do it for us. So Pat, come and join me at the front of class, please. So remember, Pat, what we need are 3 points in a non-straight line. So what 3 points will you choose? Any 3 points you can choose. How about start with L? We can use L. Where can we go after L? To T or A? We can go L to T, yes? Okay. Okay. And then T to N. Is that a straight line? No! This is a straight line. But then when we go here, it goes off. So we can use these 3 points as our plane. So what's our plane reference? L, T, N. This plane is Lakdao to Nadia. So now, Pat, can you write plane and LTN? Plane L T N. Excellent. All together, guys, we've got plane LTN. By combining 3 points that do not create a straight line. Pat, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. And a round of applause for everybody for doing a great job. It's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. And what we want our students to do is to demonstrate their understanding by designing and creating their own planes in the spaces provided on our worksheets. So remember, guys, you can draw your planes in any shape that you want as long as it has 4 lines connected. And then, within our planes, our students need to do a number of points and use 3 of the points to draw a non-straight line and then give each plane its name. Just like we've been doing with the board exercise and like we've seen with the PowerPoint demonstration. But what's the first thing to do, guys? Excellent. And teachers, just monitor the class and help our students with anything they need. So Annette, this one's for you. Pak Bung for you. You're welcome. Pat, here's yours. You're welcome. Nadia for you. You're welcome. Chu for you. You're welcome. Lakdao, this one's for you. And Bangpon for you. So guys, names on top first, and then think back to what you've learned during the lesson. Think about the PowerPoint presentation. A plane is 4 lines connected. Then within each plane are a number of points. Each point has its own reference. The reference can be whatever you like, as long as the references are not the same. And then use 3 of the points to create your own plane name. For example, the one we have on the board here is plane LTN, because the line is not straight. Don't use 3 points that create a straight line, because that's wrong. So well done, Chu. That's your plane. And now, inside your plane, you need your points. You can have as many as you like, but you need at least 3. Okay, so well done. So now, choose 3 points to create your name. So we can go P to T and then to N. So PTN works. Well done. You see, because the line is not straight. So plane name, P, T, N. Excellent. Well done. Bang bang. And well done, Nadia. You see, plane A, B, C. The only thing to remember is our plane cannot be straight. So for example, we could not have a line like this because it's straight. It has to move up or down. Well done, Net. So now we've got plane O, T, S. Excellent. And remember, no points or no 2 points within the same plane can have the same reference. So if you have 1 point P, you can't have another. And the same for everything else. Excellent. Okay, so bang on. US. You can do U to S and then to say, not to X, because that's straight. So USC works because the line's not straight. Excellent, Chip. So here you've got a line with 3 points, S, O, W. And then do your next one. Very impactful. So here we've got plane. And here is plane. Perfect. You see, the lines are not straight. We couldn't have, if we had, let's see. Say if we had Z here, we couldn't have A, Z, H, because that would be a straight line. So you've done correct by going around, up and down. Perfect. Okay, so now, what 3 points can you use to connect? Z, start with Z to U, okay. Perfect. You can go down to X. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to design and create their own planes using individual points as references and giving each plane its name in the spaces below. My students here all did an excellent job, so well done, guys. That was great. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now understand more about planes when it comes to geometry. A plane is a shape of 4 lines with them traveling in either direction, and the plane name comes from the points inside of 3 points that do not create a straight line. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.